following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match, and is for the World Internet Wrestling Women's Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and we are finally here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the Sin City Showdown. I'm so happy to be here. I know you're all excited to see this pay-per-view. If you were here earlier, you would have seen an amazing pre-show. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. 2 incredible matches on there. But we are kicking things off strong tonight with the Mayhem Women's Championship on the line. And the first person down to the ring is none other than the young blood, Violet. Earning this opportunity a while ago, and to be honest, she's shown a lot more of an aggressive side to her as of late. Become really hostile and angry with the champion, and starting to take it out on her and landing some cheap shots as well. But Violet, former Battle Royal winner and the first person to book her place at Insomnia in Season number 1. She had a strong end to Season 1. She's carried her momentum over here to Mayhem and has got herself a Women's Championship opportunity. But now she has to cash in. And as you remember, you guys voted for most of the stipulations for these matches, and you guys requested that this match be a Falls Count Anywhere. Now, there's only one match where we didn't follow the polls, and we will explain why when we get there. But for tonight, we kick things off with the women's title. We've got to kick your things off strong, and who better to kick off in strong fashion than one of the toughest women in WIW? It is the Monster Slayer herself, the Mayhem Women's Champion, Haley Bowen. She's done an amazing job since capturing the Women's Championship the first time, and then the second time round has been even better. Her longest stint with the Mayhem Women's Championship, but it is under threat, under jeopardy here tonight, and in a growing Mayhem Women's division of strength, because you've got the names of Violet running around, you've got Elliot Rogers, who's starting to look a lot better shape than she has done, especially against Haley Bowen, who she faced a couple of weeks ago. You've got Kaiva Kaiju, the Japanese monster. You've got Sandra Piper, of course, one of the longest reigning women's champions here on the brand. And Haley Bowen has beaten them both, though. And those two will be facing on later on tonight, so that's going to be an interesting encounter. But for tonight, Haley Bowen has to focus on the task ahead, and that is retaining the Women's Championship, which she has done so valiantly so far in a very long second reign as champion. But here it is, the Mayhem Women's Championship on the line here tonight. The most prestigious prize in both women's division, or at least tied with the Fight Night one.
Introducing the challenger from New York, young blood, Violet. Introducing the champion from Manchester, England. She is the World Internet Wrestling Women's Champion, Haley Bowen.
Bowen looking very confident, but you can see the serious face switched on now. She knows that the only thing that matters, no matter what threats lie ahead, is defending the Women's Championship. She's done a great job of it so far with her reign as champion. Will she be able to repeat history here tonight against Violet? The bell rings, and we are underway. And straight away, Bowen going to fly in there with a clothesline. Bowen, always one to run towards the fight and not away from it. She flies in head first. And sometimes, yes, she forgets to think about the consequences of flying in and rushing in, but at the same time, it's worked out for her so far, and the Monster Slayer gets off to a great start here in this matchup. Earning that nickname appropriately from knocking off some of the biggest names in WIW history. And so, she has definitely earned the mantle. And imagine, should she hold on to the title for a little bit longer, she'll be facing the Fight Night Women's Champion, currently held by Laura Stables, at the Mind Games pay-per-view, which will be following the Last Stand pay-per-view, which will be the last Mayhem pay-per-view before it, obviously. because, of course, we've got Christmas Clash coming up for the Fight Night brand, and then Mayhem are going to get one more pay-per-view before we head into Mind Games, which is going to be one hell of a Mind Games this year, I have a feeling. The Last Stand, of course, was one of the pay-per-views of the year nominees, famous for the Four Corners tag team match that occurred last year, and I wonder if we'd get something along those lines this year again, potentially in the tag division, or maybe from other divisions as well. Huge drop kick by Bowen, and she's not done there. There's a running drop kick again. Full head of steam from the women's champion. And remember, this is Falls Count Anywhere. Count can occur anytime, any place, but Bowen, a master within the ropes. No surprise, she's deciding to keep it inside. Also remember, of course, it is no disqualifications. Anything goes. And Violet might want to use that to her advantage. However, she's quite handy within the ropes herself, especially from the corner position, as she proves right there with the double knees. Violet has had many championship matches in the last couple of months between Fight Night and Mayhem. She's yet to get her hands on championship gold, but she has proven herself to be a credible threat. But she just fails to make it to the final stage. And look at this, a straitjacket submission applied here to the champ, who's trying to force herself free, and she does. For Bowen, it didn't take her long. It took her a while to get to the main stage of the championship fight, but when she got there, that's when she really shone. And now look at this, what's she doing here? Oh, look at this, oh! Submission hold in what looked to be an attempted suplex, and that might have caught Violet off guard here. Violet, a decent submissionist, but I don't think she was expecting that transition. Trying to elbow her way free, and she does. Violet caught off guard there, and so was I. Violet now, trying to escalate things, no. Thought she was going to send us to the outside. And both women, despite the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation, choosing to keep this one with inside the ropes. But I knew exactly why Violet would, because this is what Violet can do when she has the ropes to her advantage. Look at her fly across the ring there. And now sending her to the corner where she's dangerous. And big elbow. And now at the bottom ropes here, what's she thinking? Oh God, Bowen trying to hold onto the ropes, but to no avail as she's just tossed in the air. And just like that, momentum turns in the challenger's favor. To the corner again. We know exactly what she's lining up for. Will Bowen be able to fight her way out of this corner? Held up for a second. There it is, the super kick. And it's never just one, because a second one to the opposite side of the face. And one more for good measure. Super kick barrage, and now Violet could be a moment away from the championship. Looking for the Dragon Sleeper. Locks it in. Can she get it around? Yes, she can. Dragon Sleeper. Oh, wait, no. No, she couldn't lock it in. She couldn't lock it in fully, and Bowen escapes before she could. Bowen holding on for dear life, but it was enough. Oh, wait, now look at Bowen. Oh, no, Bowen. Going extreme. Oh, on the edge of the apron. And the crowd on their feet. Into the cover. Is that going to be enough? It is. Bowen with a dominating DDT on the apron. And since the count was legal anywhere, Bowen took advantage. A huge victory and another big title defense for the women's champion, who continues to show how dominant of a champion she really can be. And although the women's division is getting stronger by the day, there never seems to be a challenger that can step up to the Monster Slayer quite like Haley Bowen can. Bowen is the Monster Slayer, but I still think that she's the only one who can slow her down at times. That is Kaiva Kaiju knocked off, Sandra Piper knocked off, and now Violet added to the list of knocked off people. And she is still standing tall to a huge standing ovation as the women's champion of Mayhem. A big victory for Bowen, but what is next for her? And what is next for the rest of the Mayhem women's division? She continues to put them all on notice. The Monster Slayer getting the message across that if you want to fight, she will give you one. And that is exactly why she's Mayhem women's champion. But that's only the start of what's going to be a huge night here in Las Vegas. Let's get moving on with the rest of the card.
following contest is an Extreme Rules Falls Count Anywhere match and is for the World Internet Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship.
2 out of 3 falls. Up next as the Cruiserweight Championship is put on the line. You guys voted for this stipulation, and I think you might have chosen right because this is going to be a huge match. Stepping out first, the challenger, the former Cruiserweight Champion himself, the former Road to Glory Season 1 winner. It is none other than James Rowley, the party boy himself, the original party man. Makes his way down to the ring tonight, and he is looking for a fight, and he's looking to regain the Cruiserweight Championship for what will be the second time in his career. A man who made it clear a couple of weeks ago that he will do anything it takes when he's inside the ring to get the job done, and that's exactly why he managed to overcome Oliver Regem and get himself a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity. But tonight, it's all or nothing. It is no countouts, no disqualification. The first person to successfully pin their opponent twice or submit wins the match. And Rowley knows this is going to be a tough ask, but look at this. Almost daring the challenge, almost begging the champion to come and bring one hell of a fight because he's going to need to. Rowley is no slouch, and he knows that. But a man who has not backed down from him yet. A man who believes he is no threat to him as a champion, who believes that there is no task at all. Wearing a much darker version of a mask he once wore, it is the current Cruiserweight Champion, BJ Kids. The traditional luchador who abandoned the ways of the luchador a long, long time ago in favor of showing how good of a wrestler he can be. Since he's unmasking, he has become a whole new man. And that new man is very, very dangerous. And I know I say all the time it's better to be a good guy than a bad guy, but sometimes if it gets you results, who are you to judge? And for BJ Kids, that is exactly the case. I don't agree or appreciate what he did, but he was driven to points where it became unthinkable to not counteract it or not to bounce back from. And that is exactly why he became the Cruiserweight Champion, knocking off the man who humiliated him in Jake Griffiths, then went on to defend it again against Jake Griffiths and El Murica to add further insult to injury. Because that's the type of fighter he is. He doesn't back down, but he's going to need that instinct tonight as the Cruiserweight Championship is on the line. The former champ James Rowley taking on BJ Kids here tonight. Over to JoJo with the announcements.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, weighing in at 175 pounds, James Rowley. Introducing the champion from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 193 pounds. He is the World Internet Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion, BJ Kid.
We are in the early days of this Cruiserweight Championship run for BJ Kids. He's not going to want to let it slip. But for James Rowley, who's been seeking success for quite some time now, a big opportunity to get that in its midst tonight here in this Cruiserweight Championship. Soon to be classic, I'm sure. The bell rings, and away we go. BJ Kids going straight for him. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but Rowley going to go straight for him as well. And there's a neck breaker, and he gets the first clean strikes. And remember, this is 2 out of 3 falls, and in WIW, that means no countouts, no disqualifications, and falls count anywhere. This is about as hardcore as it can get without being an official hardcore championship match. And the referee's going to follow them to the outside, and he has no choice as BJ Kids has crashed to the apron. James Rowley, you've seen him dance his way down to the ring, shaking himself in inappropriate places. But the one thing that James Rowley is serious about is wrestling. And you see it as soon as he gets into the ring, his entire mindset changes, and his only objective is to get the job done. And he's already come out and said he doesn't care if other people like the way he conducts his business in the ring. That is his own opinion, I guess. It's the way he sees fit to do things. But then again, against someone like BJ Kids, you're going to need someone who's willing to cross the line. Someone who's willing to do what's necessary to take him out. Huge discus clothesline that folds him in half and follows through in an elbow right to the chest. For BJ Kids, it was a line he crossed, but he never came back from. Too broken down after everything that happened to him with Jake Griffiths and El Murica. The whole situation was very messed up, but the Starboy definitely came out of that story the villain of the piece. Let's just hope James Rowley doesn't follow in the same road in his hunt to become a champion. BJ Kidd's trying to regain some control here because Jake Griffiths has got off to a fantastic start. James Rowley, I meant. And there's a neck breaker hanging off the middle rope. Two, in my opinion, very evenly matched opponents. I wouldn't have said or agreed with BJ Kidd's assessment that he was the better of the two. I definitely would not agree with that. I'd say they're pretty well matched. If he wants to prove that, he's got a great chance to do it tonight and impale a DDT. Very nicely done indeed. And now Rowley gonna get a weapon. Remember, it's all legal. BJ Kids might want to be careful as a table has been introduced, but he's not going to let him set it up. That's a wise decision. Instead, he's going to use a table of his own in the form of the announce table. BJ Kids now. What's the plan? Back into the ring. And it's interesting that he's the one who keeps bringing this back into the ring. I would have expected it to be the other way around. We know Starboy can be dangerous on the outside, but BJ Kids insistent and keeping this one in the ring. Catches the charging James Rowley and catches him with a nice stiff roundhouse kick right to the chest. And that torso must be hurting at this point from James Rowley. He's taking a lot of damage there. Oh, and there's a beautiful Pele kick as well. And that could be the first cover of this matchup. Hook of the leg. 2 count only. And you're going to want to try and get the early pinfall. Whoever gets the first cover is going to get an early advantage. And you've got to favor him to go and win. Try to charge at him again, but once again, BJ Kids had him well scouted. And that torso continues to stomp on. Might make things worse. And now to the top. We're looking for maybe the first ending. Beautiful 630 senton. Further impact onto the chest. And the Starboy goes one up. Rowley now needing to find a way back, but BJ Kids clearly came in here with a strategy, and that is to take out the torso of James Rowley, and it's definitely worked. And the Starboy goes one up in this 2 out of 3 falls match. And now once again catching him on the rebound, favoring this move here tonight, and it's proven to be very effective, just taking the breath out of the lungs of Rowley, trying to score the second cover. Only could muster a very sharp 2 kick out from James Rowley. Rowley, if he has any fight left in him, he needs to find it now. But look at this now, submission hold, trying to take out the limbs. Is there enough left in the tank to break this hold from Rowley? Well rolled through. Can he capitalize? Oh, try to grab him. Couldn't. And BJ Kids just has his number right now. Rowley desperately trying to hold on to something in this match, begging him to bring it, and he does. Fell for the bait, and now a beautiful striking combination, followed by a leg sweep. He thinks that's enough. He catches Starboy off guard, but not enough to get more than a 1. Rowley's hardly done any damage. No surprise to me that a 1 count was all he could muster. But Rowley's showing signs of life. He's not out of this yet. It's one thing to lose in 2 out of 3 falls conditions. It's another to be clean swept. And that's exactly what he's trying to avoid. Exploder suplex by BJ Kids. And now BJ Kids to the top maybe. He's going up there. He took the long way, but he's going up. Maybe a 630 again. Beautiful connection. And an easy retain for the Cruise. Oh! Oh, Rowley! Huge kick out, keeps himself alive, and look at this. The Starboy is not impressed. Not impressed in the slightest. He thought it was over. He called it was over. But Rowley kicks somehow. Cover again. Just trying to figure out how to keep him down, and he can't do it. He got one. He could not get the second. Rowley maybe let his foot off the gas on the first one, thinking as long as he didn't get the second, he would be okay. But he needs to start fighting back now. Needs to start dealing some damage. Trying to get him up. Can't again. Kids has it countered. Kids now. Maybe going for a suplex of his own. Oh, and turning it almost into a pile driver. BJ Kids, very nicely done. Oh, well countered there by Rowley. Trying to stop the Starboy from making that final cover. Remember, if he gets the next fall, it's over, and he retains the title. BJ Kids trying to keep Rowley down on the ground. That's not going to happen. Rowley now trying to pick up some momentum here. He favors the high-speed game, and look at this, just playing with the champ right now, but maybe a bit too much. No! Champ thought he had it well scouted, but Rowley sniffs it out well, and he connects with the drop kick, and now, oh, I thought maybe thinking camel clutch, but instead went against it. Rowley desperately trying to find some life in this match. Look at this. James Rowley running power slam. Where did that come from? And into the cover to tie the match. Still only a 1. And James Rowley now might want to panic. If only a 1 count is the best he's mustered in the match, now we might want to panic. Starboy, BJ Kids trying to slow him down the best he can, but he just can't seem to do it. Can't keep him down. Drilling his head into the apron. And now Rowley again looking for weapons, and this is exactly what we were talking about. Maybe not something we would have associated Rowley with, but Rowley knows this is something he has to do. But look at this. A self-debate of whether or not to use it. He decided against it. Instead, he says, bring it. And maybe Rowley deciding to do this the right way and without weapons. Into the cover now. Off the combination again. Is that enough to tie this up? Yes, it is. It's 1 apiece. 1-1. Whoever gets the next one wins. And now look at Rowley. Powerbomb. Might be able to steal this in sequence to become the Cruiserweight champion again. He's got it. James Rowley. I thought for a second there that he was going to go to that dark place. The place of no return by using the kendo stick. But he stayed true to his values. He stayed loyal to being a loyal champ and doing it the right way. And it worked in his favor. BJ Kids loses the Cruiserweight Championship. And we have a 2-time Cruiserweight champion in our midst. James Rowley has won it back. And I am so glad he decided against the kendo stick. That was a place he didn't want to go. He was willing to go to any extremes tonight, and he put up one hell of a fight against the BJ Kids, who was looking incredibly dominant. I tell you what, this rematch between these two, I can see that one being incredible. But BJ Kids, I can't imagine he's happy that he has just lost his championship tonight, but a huge win for the Road to Glory initial winner, James Rowley. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, the first non-title fight of the evening, one of 2. And this one had a bit of a change. You guys voted in the polls what match you wanted to see. You voted for a first blood match, but of course we forgot that women don't bleed. Of course, women don't bleed blood. I forgot about that. So unfortunately, we will have to change it to the second most popular answer, which was a last woman standing match. What an incredible contest this is going to be. Sandra Piper making her way down to the ring, the longest reigning, most time reigning women's champion, one of the most dominant women in WIW history. Makes her way to the ring tonight. And look who is not far behind. Oh my god! Kaiva Kaiju! She didn't want to wait to get in the ring! And this one's going to get underway. It's last woman standing, so I guess the match can start from here. The referee charges up the ramp because he knows that he has to follow them. Oh, God. Oh! package powerbomb onto the chair that Kaiju used to get the upper hand. And clearly Kaiva Kaiju thought that she couldn't get this one done cleanly, I guess. She wanted to get the jump. These two women have been trying to get the upper hand on each other for the last couple of weeks, ever since Sandra Piper returned to the big screens of Monday Night Mayhem. But Sandra Piper refusing to let another woman come in and claim that she is the most dominant woman on the brand. The ref gets him in the ring, and oh, a tilt-a-whirl power slam! These two very dominant, very powerful, and very dangerous women. No surprise that this one exploded early. Last woman standing is the order of the day, and these two women are not gonna slow down for anyone. So let's jump from behind. The referee gonna have to just sit here and watch. As look at this, oh, where's this come from? Tilt-a-whirl! Tilt-a-whirl slam! Very early on in this contest, Kaiva Kaiju tried to get the upper hand, tried to get the jump on the former women's champion, and she might have just paid the ultimate price. Count of 6. The referee's count getting up there. Kaiva Kaiju in serious trouble. Oh, but a count of 8, she's up. Tried to get her back down, but she couldn't. And now Kaiju, all of a sudden turning the tide. Military press. Slamming her down. And now Kaiju landing her big move. And the count begins on Kaiju. For Kaiju on Piper. What an explosive start to this last women's standing match. But is this going to be the end of it already? A count of 7. And a count of 7, she gets up, almost saying, anything you can do, I can do one better. But these two women trying to both prove the same point. Look at this, though. The ridiculous strength of Sandra Piper. Two women clearly with a grudge with each other. Clearly can't stand the sight of one another. Big knee by Piper. And continuing to show that level of aggression. Look at the face of Kaiju. She can't believe how badly she's being matched for strength. Sidewalk backbreaker. And she's not done. Look at this, just manhandling one of the largest women, the largest woman in WIW. And the incredible strength of Sandra Piper. She shows why she is one of the most dominant women in WIW's history. Look at this. Oh my God. Absolutely incredible. Unrelenting power and strength from the former women's champion. Count of 5. And the referee seeing how much damage they're doing, counting pretty much every move. Piper might have just put the latter to sleep, but she's up again at 8. Piper staying on her, not letting her out of her sight. And now what's she thinking? To the top they go. Oh my God, this looks dangerous. Looking for a superplex maybe. Superplex off the top by Sandra. And the count continues again. Sandra Piper absolutely destroying Kaiva Kaiju, and that's what you get for trying to get the jump on someone like Sandra Piper. She will make you pay. Count of 6. Count of 7. Is this it right now? If the superplex, a count of 8 again, and that's still the best that Sandra Piper can do. Piper, though, staying in complete control, staying on top. Tried to capitalize, but she couldn't get her that time. Bore her feet down on the apron to make sure that there was extra weight to carry, but Kaiju still can't get the upper hand on Piper. I don't think I've ever seen Kaiva Kaiju look this vulnerable, but yet she still fights on. This is Falls Count Anywhere. It's last woman standing match, so literally anything goes. All the other has to do is get them down for a count of 10, and right now Piper is in complete control. The early chair shot. I think Kaiju was hoping that would help her get the better of Piper. But as anyone in the Mayhem locker room would tell you, it's not that easy to get the upper hand on Sandra Piper, crashing her into the ring post. And not fully down on the ground. The ref's not going to continue to count, and I don't think Kaiju wants him to. as she now laying into the champion, or the former champion, should I say. Kaiju really doing the damage back to her now. After a strong start from Piper, Piper counters. And now Sandra Piper picking her back up to her feet and tossing her in the ring. She's not done with her. The ref must follow. The ref's going to count, though, as Piper thinks that's going to be enough. And, of course, Kaiju's slow to get up. Have you seen the amount of damage she's taken? Both women taking some huge, huge hits in this match. And I think Piper almost expecting her to get up here, but she might not. She's taking some hits. Count of 7. 8 again, and it's still the best that Piper can do. It's a count of 8. But look at this! Oh! To the outside she goes. Big impact. And Kaiva Kaiju watching on from the outside as the ref begins the count towards 10. Kaiva Kaiju, knowing that she's done well here. She knows she's done the damage, but how much damage has she done? The chair shot early on, followed by the military press slam. Could have amounted to it. Another count of 7, and Piper is back to her feet. These are some close calls. Both these women taking their time to get back up to their feet. And now look at this. The strikes now from Sandra Piper. Not much of a striker, but she does show her instincts there. And now look at this. Begging her to bring this into the ring or not. Or maybe she's decided against it in the end. And now look at this. Beautiful exploder suplex. And Piper now showing her dominance. On the outside, Kaiju. This might have been a fight you did not want to start. And look at the confidence on Sandra Piper right now. Kaiju in a bad, bad spot. Oh, God, look at this. Oh, wait, no. Went for the triple Germans. Well countered by Kaiju. And now Kaiju landing the fist, but not enough to take her down. Playing to the crowd now. Sandra Piper staying in control of Kaiva Kaiju, the winner of the first ever Women's Road to Glory. And now these two women, look at this. The beatdown from Piper. It's just unrelentless. Neither one of these women willing to give the other the edge. And Piper doing everything in her power to keep this one going as long as possible. The referee counting now. I can't really see where the count is at. Oh, I see the referee just pop into the screen there. There we go. The referee coming over. Count of 4. Piper has dished out one hell of a beating tonight. We'll have to see if Kaiju has an answer for it. The count of 7, I believe that is. Yep, count of 8. And what a surprise to see that she is up again at the count of 8. Oh my God, tossing her into the barricade there. Pure strength on display by Kaiju. And now Kaiju has the champ in a bad spot. She crashes her right into the ring post and follows through again with another shot to the ring post. Kaiva Kaiju now firing herself up, or at least the best she can under the circumstances. Big strike misses. Another big strike misses. These two women trading counters back and forth. Back into the ring it goes. Sandra Piper now asking for a ref to count, and the ref does. Kaiva Kaiju just can't seem to find an answer to anything that Sandra Piper is throwing at her right now. But still, the best count that she has managed to muster is a count of 8. We'll have to see if she can do any better now. Count of 7. Count of 8. And once again, she is up. Look at this. Just kicks it back down and asks the ref to count again. Clearly, she is in no mood to be playing games. She wants this one done. She wants to slay the Japanese monster and cement herself once again as a top star in the division. The count of 8 coming up. There's 8. There's 9. Is this it? It is. Sandra Piper just needing to give her a bit of a push to keep her down. Kaiju put all her effort and energy into getting back up, but in the end, to no avail. Sandra Piper stands tall against Kaiva Kaiju. She couldn't get back up. She beat the 10 count, but in the end it was a 20 count. They couldn't keep her down and she was pushed back down. The Kaiju just gave in. I think she figured this was a battle that she wasn't winning. I don't know what the situation was, but regardless, Sandra Piper wins on her return pay-per-view, and she looks just as dangerous as ever. But the question is this momentum going to continue? Will the former women's champion find her way back into title contention? I have no idea, but Sandra Piper looks as dangerous and as angry as ever before. Let's move on down the rest of the card.
The following contest is a tables match and is for the World Internet Wrestling European Championship.
A monster clash between two behemoths, and now we go to the men's equivalent of them two behemoths, I guess. Or at least one of them, because look at the size of the challenger for the European Championship, the first ever world champion, Rage. He had fell from grace a long time ago after leaving WIW and coming back at the Royal Rumble match in sudden death. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't bounce back quite as easily, but he has found his rhythm again. But it's a lot more aggressive than it used to be, despite his intimidating size and stature. He wasn't always like this. He wasn't this angry, aggressive, and he definitely wouldn't take shortcuts because he knew how powerful he was. But he has been taking some cheap shots against Sylar Jordan, and we'll see how much of an impact that has on Sylar Jordan tonight. Simple rules for this tables match. No countouts, no disqualification, no pinfall or submission. The first person to be put through a table loses. Simple as that. And this is a big night for the challenger, but also for the champion, who defends his title for the very first time in his hometown, or home country, should I say. A big night for this man, the European champion, the natural-born thriller, Sylar Jordan. He has been European champion for, I believe, 2 months now, around about that. This is his first real title defense. But the natural-born thriller has made it clear that this is going to be the first of many. He doesn't believe that he's just going to be one of those champions where he just sits around and does nothing with the belt. He intends to show how good he is because he aspires, like the former champion that he took it from, Mason Foster. He aspires to one day be main eventing the pay-per-views and be fighting for the World Championship. And he's going to use this, just like he did Mason Foster, to jumpstart his career very early into his career here in WIW as well. The winner of the second ever Road to Glory tournament got himself immediately in the eyes of Mason Foster. And when that happened, well, the rest is history. He went on to become the women's champion. Sorry, I got distracted there. The European champion. I'm sure he'd love a crack at the women's title if it was promised to him. Because I mean, it's a great women's division we've got going on here. But that's not what's at stake here tonight, because this tables match is for the European Championship. One of the highest prizes in WIW. That is for sure. The bell rings straight away. No messing around, as I say. And we are on the way. Tables match. First person through a table is the loser. And this is a big fight for Sylar Jordan. His first official defense. And in his home country of United States of America. Right here at the Sin City Showdown. Remember, this match was voted for by the people. And Sylar Jordan, as much as he wasn't too happy about all the fancy stipulations at first, he has made it abundantly clear he'll do whatever it takes to retain the European Championship. Beautiful suplex there on the counter. And now picking the big man up, but looking maybe to bring him straight back down with a beautiful spin-out knee. And the strikes continue, but not enough to keep him down. Rage now backed up a bit here. Rage in a bad spot. Sylar doing the right thing, just keeping him down, staying on top of him. Not a breather. The European Championship, of course, changing hands from Sylar Jordan from Mason Foster. It has been one hell of a stint for Mason. And now Mason, of course, has moved on to the world title picture, and that's exactly what Sylar Jordan will be hoping is in store for him in the future. Jordan now, look at this. Signaling that he's going to do the damage, but he doesn't do it. Sidestep by Rage. And now Rage looking to capitalize. Spin of the arm, and it sets him up perfectly to drill the knees into the apron. And now Rage can get the offense in and spread the rage. Sylar Jordan doing very well at the gate, but Rage turning the tide quickly to the ropes. Ducks under the clothesline, but gets met with another one. And Rage, as we know, does a lot of power out of the immediate gate. It does a lot of damage. Rage trying to just force him into the corner there, managing to slip behind for an inverted Frankensteiner. Beautifully done, and now Jordan going for what would be the match ender, looking for a table. Finds one on the outside, obviously. Two already set up. The rest they're going to have to get out themselves. Oh! Sweep of the legs! And Sylar Jordan forced to retreat. A bad spot there, though. Imagine he just falls through it. Oh, God, he nearly did. Luckily, just wide of the table. Well, that could have been disastrous. The Sin City Showdown continuing. And it's been one hell of a night so far, putting the table into the ring. But that cost him time. He wasn't looking and made him pay there. Very nicely done. And now big kick to the gut. Try to charge it in, but Rage shakes it off. Sylar Jordan's speed and agility favoring him in this one. And that's exactly how he gets the upper hand there. Very nicely done. Sylar Jordan, what's the plan now? There's two tables in the ring. Well, 1.5, I'd say. That table's kind of hanging out there. Who's going to put it through? And I remember that there has been some incidences where it hasn't always gone well. You'll remember back in the trial era, SaLgames versus Aaron Albright. Aaron Albright actually put himself through a table. And did you see that? Using the table to ricochet off of Rage's head and then landing it with a big impact. And now Sylar Jordan, big strikes and a knee to follow through as well. And forcing Rage to retreat now. Okay, Sylar Jordan saying, Rage, anything you can do, I can do just as good, if not better. Sylar Jordan now, crashing to the corner. Trying to keep him there, couldn't. Big clothesline, and they both land on the metal bits of the table there. And now Rage looking to set one up. Remember, it's only going to take one table break. The first person that goes through it is the loser. And is that going to be Sylar Jordan now as he is tossed on to the thing? And no, look at this. I thought for a second he's got him, but he can turn it around. Oh! Turned it around out of the powerbomb. I was silent there thinking that the reign was coming to an end. But Sylar Jordan counters. And now Sylar Jordan, what's he doing here? There's a nice little fireman carry slam. But he's not done just there with one. Looking for a second one, showing off the incredible strength of Sylar Jordan. That table still in a very dangerous position. And Sylar Jordan now might look to take advantage. And just chops him onto it. The table must be weak and fragile now. Oh! Went for the springboard. That could be costly. Rage trying to fire himself up here. And into the corner. And now into a dangerous place here because he could powerbomb him through. He could spear him through. He could do anything he wants. All he has to do is break it. If it breaks, it's over. Simple as that. Jordan in a bad, bad way right now as he's getting hammered with offense here by the big man. And oh, God! Almost just a body-to-body head-on collision there between the two. Now to the corner. Jordan. He's hurt. He is weak. You can see it. And right now, Jordan in a bad way. Look at this. Oh, God! Huge shoulder tackle there. Just slowing him down. And now maybe he could look through the end. For the end here at this table. Tried to powerbomb it for him a minute ago. Does Sylar Jordan have an answer this time? No, he does not. Rage has done it. Rage is the European champion. The the second man now to win both the singles titles on Mayhem, and Sylar Jordan just could not outpower Rage. Rage stood tall and stands mighty as he does what he said he would by putting Sylar Jordan through the table. And Jordan's first defense ends in disaster for him. A huge disappointment of a loss here, and a big upset in front of the hometown crowd, or the home country crowd. I keep getting that mixed up. But regardless, Rage, who has spent so many months trying to bring himself back to his best, has done just that. And he is now a champion once more. Former world champion, former hardcore champion, and now a European title to add to that accolade. And I'm sure that very soon we'll be seeing the return of Jordan for that title. But for now, Rage stands tall. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, a match with huge implications. It is a 4-on-1 elimination handicap match. One person of Mort Goldberg's choosing will face the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, the Linebacks, and the former #1 contenders, Lachlan and AD Nathaniel, Justice. That sounds like an impossible task, but I have no idea who this one person of Mort Goldberg's choosing, and it's more than just a 4-on-1 handicap. If Mort Goldberg loses tonight, then it is simple mathematics. It is gone. He's out. He's no longer the GM. And look at these two. Not coming out through the crowd. No fancy flashing light show. Nothing spectacular. They're just dancing down to the ring. They're just loving life. They think that they've become the owner. Well, they've become allies with the owner of the company. Of course, remember, if they win, Coach Wilson of the Linebacks becomes the new general manager. And although the Linebacks have not exactly seen eye to eye with Justice in the last couple of weeks and months, they are definitely on the same page tonight. Well, at least I hope, after everything that went down on the Mayhem Tag Team Championship match this week on the Go Home show. Mason Foster getting involved, causing a distraction that allowed the Linebacks to hit the blitz and steal the victory right from under their noses. A huge loss for the Justice team. Hopefully they won't let that impact their decision tonight. Well, hopefully in their case anyway. But now look at these two coming down to the ring. Dancing again like they've done it all. Your tag team champions, Kazarian Zander and Patrick Green, coming down here without a care in the world. Again, they think they've got an easy night. No tag team titles on the line. And that one person is not going to beat all four of them. Justice and these two as well, the Linebacks. Although they don't agree with each other, surely it isn't going to take all four of them to keep one man down. Well, Mort Goldberg seemed confident. I don't know why, because those are horrible odds. But ladies and gentlemen, I guess now we're about to find out which one of the Mayhem superstars Mort Goldberg has chosen to take on the Linebacks and Justice. The general manager of Mayhem has literally put his entire career on the line with this one man being his sole savior and survivor. Who has he chosen to do that? I don't recognize a song. Goldberg out here. It's not Goldberg, is it? Goldberg just... What the hell is this? Some smoke? What has Goldberg done here? Goldberg is out here, but I don't see anyone else. Who has Goldberg chosen to fight? What? What the hell? What is that? What the hell is that?
And
what?
Combined weight of
sea creature. What the hell is that?
And
oh my God! What is that? And look at Goldberg. Just clapping this thing on as if he knows what it is. The crowd on their feet, pretty much ready to run. What on earth is that? Goldberg has brought something called the Sea Creature, but that is not a human, and that is definitely not a member of the roster. What the hell is that? That is terrifying. Look at that thing. The size of him. It's huge. Look at him. The razor sharp teeth. Oh my goodness. This was his plan all along. He said he wasn't bringing a human to the fight. I thought it was just a figure of speech. It was a metaphor. I didn't think he was genuinely serious that he brought a monster to a fight. The size of that thing. Oh my god, he's run right at it. Oh, he's ducked under the head. Oh god. Ducked under the boot, but met with a massive headbutt. And look at Nathaniel, he has no idea where he is. Oh my god. Look at his face as he's getting choked out by this monster. Somebody save this man. Oh no.
A competitor has been eliminated.
And that's one elimination as Nathaniel is passed out. And he rolls out of harm's way, I think, with his last dying breath. And in comes Kazarian now. See how Lachlan had no temptation to get into this ring with the secrets open. It's looking like he's got no choice. Surely this isn't legal. Surely this isn't something that should be happening. Xander in serious trouble right now. Oh, but wait a minute. Green helping out his partner, trying to keep him down. Xander trying to take advantage, but the Sea Creature is just not staying down. And look at Goldberg up on the ropes, loving life. Not a legal tag partner, but he must be loving what he's seeing right now. The Sea Creature looks like he's about to clean house. Green trying to come in, but the ref refusing to allow it. A huge choke slam. And there goes Xander.
A competitor.
Xander is oh, look at that drop kick there to the man, and then he could quickly capitalizes on Green as well. This is ridiculous. Incredibly powerful, but he's incredibly quick as well. Look at the speed. He moves around the ring, and now Green trying to fight back here, flying in with the fists. Oh dear. Cool. Oh, behind. And these double teams clearly are effective. He doesn't see it coming. And it's doing the damage. And now Green thinking about what he's going to do next. Thinking for a spear. That could do the trick from the short distance. Oh, God. Just knees the spear in the face. And now waiting for him to get back up. We'll wait for a chokeslam dodged by Green. Oh, and distracted by Lachlan. And that is great teamwork. Again by Green and Lachlan. They may not see eye to eye, but they want to live. And they do not want to be at the mercy of the Sea Creature. But it looks like we're not going to get a choice. Another thunderous choke slam. And that is another one biting the dust. And oh God, we are down to just one-on-one. And look at Lachlan. He's backed away. Oh wait, no. Oh no. Lachlan doesn't want any of this. Lachlan doesn't want any of the Sea Creature. He's running away. Or walking away casually, I guess, but he's not having any of it. He is gone. The referee's counting, but I think... Oh, I think he's called for the belt. I think he's established. He's not coming back. Oh my God. This freak of nature just cleaned house in a matter of minutes against the two tag team champions and Justice. Oh God, no. No, 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 he's not done. Sea Creature attacking Green, who is the last man down at the ring. This is not necessary. Somebody save this man. This shouldn't be legal, surely. Surely some of the rules of being a wrestler is you've got to be human or something. I have absolutely no idea what that is, if it's real. But what I'm seeing right now is a 7-foot-tall sea creature taking out the best teams that the tag team division has to offer. Absolute insanity. This night has just been absolutely hectic, and it doesn't look like it's getting any worse anytime soon. It's time tonight, I believe, for the main event. I don't know how we're going to top that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Internet Wrestling Championship.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I still can't get over the fact that I just witnessed two of the biggest teams on the Mayhem roster be literally destroyed by a monster. A real, living monster. Some things you just can't explain. This pay-per-view has lived up to its name to the fullest. And now tonight, we wrap it up with the main event. I don't know how anything can top what we've just seen, but these two are going to try. The WIW Championship on the line, and your voted challenger, as you voted for on Twitter, it is Mason Foster, the former European champion, who decided to cash in or trade in his rematch clause for the European title for a spot in the Money in the Bank. Was obviously unsuccessful, lost to developmental talent Franco the Madman Ricky, who of course can cash in at any time, at any place. But Mason Foster here tonight to do what he finally has been hoping to do. Hoping to do what he's been dreaming to do since the second he walked through the door, and that is to become the world champion. It is a title he's hunted for a long time, never got his hands on it, and now the person who stands in the way is the man who took the title from him. That was of course the European Championship. Mason and Brad now no longer have anything to do with the European title tonight. Two top stars of Mayhem focus on the biggest prize in the company. And at the request of Mort Goldberg, who is of course permanently general manager now, is giving this of course a ban for Justice. Justice, I'm not sure, wanting to turn up. Aiding Nathaniel choked out by the sea creature. That's right, you heard me right, the sea creature. And Lachlan ran away. God knows where he is. I was tempted to run away as well. So Brad Skeens, even though they are banned by himself, is banned. He is on his own. Justice now has to stand backstage or in the hospital or in wherever the hell Lachlan ran off to. Have to watch as Brad Skeens defends the WIW Championship on his own. The longest reigning WIW champion of all time. A former European champion. The first person to win both singles titles on Mayhem. A list of accolades goes on and on, and leader of was once the most dominant team in Justice before Justice has got killed by a living monster. But the executioner himself, Brad Skeens, needs to put all that aside, needs to concentrate on the task at hand. He knows his team won't get involved, but he also knows that Goldberg won't get involved, that hopefully Sea Creature won't get involved, and neither will anyone else. This is the first time in a long time that it's just Mason Foster and Brad Skeens one-on-one, but it is the first time that such high stakes are on the line, because this one is for the prestigious WIW Championship. Will Skeens be able to do all this on his own here tonight against Mason?
Introducing the challenger from Swansea, Wales, weighing in at 241 pounds, the Dragon, Mason Foster. Introducing the champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, he is the World Internet Wrestling Champion, Brad Skinner.
And you see the lack of reaction from the crowd there. They do not want Brad Skeens as world champion. But Skeens has been a dominant champion with Justice by his side. Could tonight be the moment with no Justice at ringside? Be the time for Mason Foster to strike and finally do what he set out to do and become the world champion. The bell rings and away we go. One fall to the finish. One of these men will walk out the WIW champion. Skeens on his first and the longest WIW title reign in history. However, he has had some help, and that is undeniable. Look at Mason there, countering the counter, turning it into a move there, and backing Skeens into the ring. And Skeens, does he not look a little bit vulnerable here by himself? This is dangerous territory for him. He's not really had many title defenses where he's been alone. But Skeens, much like Amari Williams, funny enough, of the developmental brand Revolution, funny enough, he always has a backup plan up his sleeves. But with Amari, it's always a cheap shot or a bribe or paying someone to come and take out the competition. For Skeens, he actually can do the job on his own, and he's proven it against Mason in the past. He's beaten Mason in the past for the European title. He's injured Mason in the past as well. He's proven he can do it by himself. Sometimes it's just a little easier to do it with added help. Oh, God! Look at Skeens' face. Went for a shoulder tackle, and it was countered by Foster. And now he counters one of his own with a belly-to-belly overhead suplex. And these two men with a lot of history. A lot of hatred for one another for many different reasons. For Skeens, though, the main reason he hates Mason is because he wants his title. And that is the same with anyone who tries to step up to take it. A count of one as he's just trying to get a desperate cover there. Mason trying to build up a full head of steam again, picking in the legs. We know Mason likes to target the legs in hopes that he can lock in the figure four later into the matchup. Mason has been his life's work to have the WIW championship. It's what he came into this business to get. And tonight he is just a 3 count away from becoming the WIW champion. Only 5 different men, or 6 actually, maybe including Skeens, have held the title before. Let me just count them and make sure I've done that right. Jaden, Rage, Aaron Albright, King Sam, and Brad Skeens. Yeah, I was right the first time. 5 people have held that championship. And not many of them have had a great reign quite like Skeens has. And not many of them have had a reign longer than 3 months. The only one that did, other than Skeens, was, of course, Aaron Albright. And now look at this. Knee bar. Beautifully rolled through there. Mason once again working away on the legs. Mason with a clear leg strategy that he developed late into Season 1. And it's early in Season 2, and he's still using it to full effect. Big shoulder tackle that time. Mason couldn't stand on his own 2 feet that time as he's taken off. And now the arm targeting. Skeens playing to a very much anti-Skeens and anti-Justice crowd. They want their Mayhem back. And oh, what a punch! Skeens looks like he has no intention of giving it to them. Skeens, this is a short distance for a spear. Oh, I think he was thinking Anaconda Bite. But instead, Mason with a counter. And now Skeens with a counter right back. Went for a fist. Couldn't connect. And now the pace has increased dramatically between these two. As a shotgun drop kick to the legs. And now Mason looking for a submission. Dragon Sleeper. Dragon Sleeper applied. Mason has Skeens in a very bad spot. Can Skeens fight out of it? Yes, he can. Skeens holds on, but only for the moment. Big clothesline in the corner. Was unable to lock in the Anaconda Bite. He's going for the cover now. Off the clothesline in the corner, it's a 1. Brad Skeens doing whatever is necessary. Went for the Superman punch. Mason counters again. Mason really is having his number right now. Skeens holding on for dear life. But only just now as Mason, look at this. Any means necessary from Mason Foster. Working away on the legs of Skeens. Skeens fights him off. But look at him. Look at him, he's angry. Mason's targeted the legs so long. He's had enough. And now all of a sudden Skeens fighting back. The pace has really picked up. And a clothesline from Skeens. Oh my god. Oh my god, what now? Right now, look at this. He's cashing in the briefcase. Ricky, oh wait, no. What the hell? That's Rubber Hall. What is Rubber Hall doing? Attacking Mr. Money in the Bank, Franco. The madman Ricky right before he's cashing in. Ricky was about to turn this match into a triple threat, but Rubber Hall intercepts as he cuts through the crowd to jump Franco. What is this about now? Oh, sledgehammer! What is this about? I thought Rubber Hall was saying on Twitter that he considered helping him. Skeens just watching all this happen. Oh, look at this! From behind, run through, butterfly DDT! Butterfly DDT! He's got him! We have a new champion! What? The distraction on the Money in the Bank cash-in kept him distracted with the ambush. And we have a new champion! I cannot believe what I am seeing! Ricky went to cash in. It was intercepted by Robert Hall of all people. And now Mason Foster catches a distracted Skeens off guard. And he's just won the WIW Championship. What an awful night for Justice, but what a big night. A huge win for Foster. Well, the cash-in was unsuccessful. It didn't even ring, so I guess he still missed the Money in the Bank, but what's going on there? And now Mason has ended this pay-per-view as champion. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are going to have to leave it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight. So subscribe to the channel if you are new. And guys, we've got a lot of answered questions to answer in the next one. Peace.